Hello everyone and welcome to SUNUP. I'm LYNDALL STOUT. We begin today talking about summer insects. We're joined by our Extension livestock entomologist, Dr. Justin Talley. And Justin, let's kick things off talking about livestock. We're already seeing some flies on cows out here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the time of year that we start seeing an increase in the number of flies and ticks on our animals. In general, we kind of have an overlap of two major fly species, the horn fly and the stable fly. And then throughout the summer, we'll kind of have the tick population always present.
And I think we talk about this every year, but the conditions, the weather conditions of the last few weeks are contributing to some of this, right?
Yep, when we think about the weather conditions that are conducive for whether it's flies or ticks, it's high humidities, increased temperatures. Those allow the reproductive cycles of both of those pests to really increase and make them what we call reproductive efficient, which means they're going through a generation on the fly side as few as 7 days. On the ticks, it takes longer, but yeah, they're becoming more prolific.
So for what we're seeing out here, what kind of treatment options do producers have?
Yeah, right now there's two major fly pests that they need to be concerned with, and the one is the stable fly, and that's the one that's feeding on the legs of cattle and of horses as well. And the main thing what we want to do is try to get some kind of treatment to provide them some relief. The other fly pest is a horn fly, and that one is a little bit more dynamic because you have multiple options. The options are really you can do an insecticide ear tag, or you could do sprays, or you could do pour-ons. And then a lot of our producers incorporate what we call insect growth regulators into their mineral feed that prevents that horn fly from emerging from the manure.
Let's switch gears and talk about the specifics for horses. What are you seeing and what are the options for treatment?
Yeah, horses are a little bit more complicated because we don't have that many options. One of our main options for treatment on the insecticide are pyrethroids. And it's heavily used, and it's so heavily used not just in the animal sector but across the board that we start to see resistance. There's two main methods that we want to try to attack a fly problem around horses. The first one is identify where they're coming from and try to figure out if you can clean some of that area up. Clean up any hay area. If you fed hay over the winter, you need to clean that up. The other approach is trying to attack the fly problem within the barn and on the horse. And so on the barn, there's several options that you can spray the walls of the facility that kind of targets the fly's behavior to want to land on a vertical surface. You spray these walls, it can control them that way. There's some baits that can be used that are really good. Where you position those baits is key though, and so you don't want to put them right by your horse. You want to put them right on the periphery of your barn somewhere. And then, of course, the last option is putting a product on your horse. And the only available products that we have are really repellents, like these natural oils, clove oil, peppermint oil, as well as just pyrethroid sprays.
And you're also getting questions this time of year about ticks and other insects affecting people. So just a quick word of advice for the rest of us.
Yes, absolutely. When we think about ticks, and as people are getting out more often, whether they're working with their animals, horses, cattle, whatever it is, they're in the environment where the ticks are. And so they just need to think about protecting themselves. So protect themselves with some kind of repellent. Areas to target, spray the repellent around your ankles and around your waistline. If you do not get your waistline, you're gonna have ticks feed on you. Our main concern is the tick-borne disease, and that's what we're trying to prevent people from experiencing because we have a high risk of that here in Oklahoma.
Some important information, of course, to consider this time of year. Justin, thanks a lot. And for more information, you can go to the SUNUP website, sunup.okstate.edu.